First contact and cultural clash. The vast expanse of space stretched out before Captain Aria Chen as she stood on the bridge of the UAS Horizon, Earth's most advanced exploration vessel. The ship's sleek, silver hull gleamed under the light of distant stars, a testament to humanity's technological prowess. Aria's dark eyes scanned the holographic displays surrounding her, each one providing vital information about their current mission, to make first contact with an alien civilization. Captain, we're picking up an anomalous energy signature, Lieutenant Jared Cooper called out from his station, his fingers dancing across the control panel. It's unlike anything we've ever encountered before. Aria's heart raced with excitement and apprehension. This could be it, the moment humanity had been waiting for. On screen, Lieutenant, she ordered, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a mesmerizing sight. A massive structure hung in space before them, its architecture defying human understanding. Spiraling towers and crystalline spires stretched out in impossible directions, seemingly unbound by the laws of physics. The entire structure pulsed with an ethereal blue light, casting an otherworldly glow across the horizon's bridge. "My God," whispered Dr. Elara Voss, the ship's xenobiologist. Her green eyes were wide with wonder as she stepped closer to the screen. "It's beautiful." Aria nodded in agreement, but her tactical mind was already assessing the situation. "Jared, any signs of weapons or defensive systems?" The lieutenant shook his head. "Negative, Captain, but there's something else. I'm detecting life signs, thousands of them." A hush fell over the bridge crew as the implications of Jared's words sank in. They weren't just looking at an alien structure, they were face to face with an entire alien civilization. "Open a channel," Aria commanded, straightening her uniform. "Let's introduce ourselves." As Jared worked to establish communication, Dr. Voss approached the captain. "Remember, Aria," she said softly, "we have no idea what their customs or social norms might be. We need to tread carefully." Aria nodded, appreciating the reminder. This was why Elara was such a valuable member of the crew. Her insight into alien biology and potential cultural differences was invaluable. Suddenly, the view screen changed. Instead of the alien structure, they now saw a being unlike anything they had ever encountered. Its body seemed to be composed of shifting geometric patterns, constantly rearranging themselves in a hypnotic dance. Where a face should have been, there was a swirling vortex of colors that somehow conveyed emotion. "Greetings, travelers," a melodious voice echoed through the bridge, seeming to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "We are the Zinfar. We welcome you to our home." Aria took a deep breath, acutely aware that her next words would go down in human history. "I am Captain Aria Chen of the United Earth Ship Horizon. We come in peace, seeking friendship and knowledge." The swirling vortex on the alien's face shifted, and Aria got the distinct impression that it was smiling. "Your journey must have been long, Captain Chen. We invite you and a small delegation to board our station. There is much we can learn from each other." Excitement rippled through the crew, but Aria remained cautious. "We would be honored," she replied. "May we bring some of our own technology to assist in communication and data exchange?" The alien's form shimmered slightly. "Of course. We look forward to studying your methods. Please prepare yourselves. We will transport you shortly." As the communication ended, Aria turned to her crew. "Elara, Jared, you're with me. Dr. Ramirez, prepare the med bay for our return. We'll need full decontamination and checkups. Commander Okafor, you have the bridge." As they gathered their equipment, including portable translators and data pads, Aria couldn't shake a feeling of unease. The Zinthar seemed friendly enough, but years of training had taught her to always be prepared for the unexpected. Minutes later, they stood in the Horizon's transporter room, hearts pounding with anticipation. A shimmering field of energy enveloped them, and Aria felt a strange tingling sensation throughout her body. In the blink of an eye, their surroundings changed. They found themselves in a vast chamber that seemed to defy the laws of physics. The walls, floor, and ceiling appeared to be made of the same shifting patterns as the Zinthar themselves. It was as if they were standing inside a living, breathing organism. 3 Zinthar approached them, their bodies a mesmerizing dance of shapes and colors. The one in the center, slightly larger than the others, addressed them. "Welcome to Zintheria, brave explorers of Earth. I am Pthilovan, head of interspecies relations." Arya stepped forward, fighting the disorientation caused by the constantly shifting environment. "Thank you for your hospitality, Axilvan. We're honored to be here." As they began to converse, aided by their translators, Ilara and Jared busied themselves with taking readings and collecting data. The Zinthar seemed eager to share information about their society and technology, but as the conversation progressed, Arya noticed something odd. Every time one of them mentioned Earth or human culture, the Zinthar's patterns would shift in a way that seemed almost dismissive. It was subtle, but Arya's instincts, honed by years of diplomatic missions, told her something was off. "Your species has achieved much in a short time," Axelovan said, its patterns swirling faster. "But surely you must see how primitive your technology is compared to ours. We could teach you so much." Arya felt a flicker of irritation but kept her voice level. "We're always eager to learn, Axelovan, but I assure you, humanity has made great strides in science and technology. Perhaps we could arrange an exchange of knowledge that would benefit both our species." The Zinthar's colors darkened slightly. Of course. "But first, we must assess your level of development. It would not do to give you knowledge you are not ready for." As they continued their tour of the station, Arya couldn't shake the feeling that they were being condescended to. The Zinthar's explanations of their technology were vague and oversimplified, as if they were speaking to children. Jared seemed to pick up on the tension as well. During a moment when the Zinthar were distracted, he leaned close to Arya. "Captain," he whispered, "I've been scanning their systems. There's something strange about their energy signatures. It's almost as if—" Before he could finish, one of the Zinthar whirled around, its patterns chaotic. "You dare to probe our systems without permission," it hissed, all pretense of friendliness gone. Arya stepped in front of Jared protectively. "We meant no offense. We're scientists, explorers. It's in our nature to seek understanding." Sylvan moved forward, its form looming over them. "We had such high hopes for your species, but it seems you are not as advanced as we thought. Perhaps you are not ready for contact with superior beings after all." The atmosphere in the chamber changed in an instant. The walls began to pulse with an angry red light, and Arya felt a building pressure in her ears. She tapped her communicator, hoping it would work in this strange environment. "Horizon, this is the captain. Emergency beam out, now." As the familiar tingling of the transporter began to envelop them, Arya locked eyes with Axelovan. The alien's swirling vortex of a face seemed to convey a mixture of disappointment and threat. "You may have escaped for now, humans," Axelovan's voice echoed in their minds as they dematerialized. "But know this, the galaxy is vast and full of dangers. You would do well to remember your place in it." Moments later, they rematerialized on the Horizon's transporter pad, gasping and disoriented. Arya stumbled forward, her mind reeling from the abrupt shift from awe to danger. "Captain, are you all right?" Commander Okafor's voice came through the intercom, laced with concern. Arya straightened, her resolve hardening. "We're fine, Commander, but it seems our first contact didn't go quite as planned. Red alert, prepare for emergency departure." As the ship's klaxons began to blare, Arya shared a look with Ilara and Jared. They had come seeking friendship and knowledge, but instead had found condescension and threat. But if the Zinthar thought this encounter would intimidate humanity into submission, they were sorely mistaken. This was just the beginning. Humanity had faced challenges before and had always risen to meet them. And now, with the stars as their battlefield and the fate of Earth potentially hanging in the balance, Arya knew that the true test of human resilience and ingenuity was about to begin. As the Horizon prepared to jump to warp, leaving the Zinthar station behind, Arya's mind was already racing with plans and strategies. The galaxy might be vast and full of dangers, but so was the human spirit's capacity for courage and innovation. The adventure had only just begun, unraveling the alien mystery. The UES Horizon streaked through the cosmos, leaving behind a trail of shimmering stardust. Inside the ship's advanced holographic war room, Captain Arya Chen stood surrounded by 3D projections of star charts, alien schematics, and swirling data streams. Her eyes, enhanced by neural-linked contact lenses, darted from one display to another as she processed the information at superhuman speeds. "All right, team, let's break this down," Arya said, her voice steady despite the weight of their situation. "The Zinthar may have superior technology, but we have something they clearly lack: adaptability." Dr. Elara Voss nodded, her hands dancing through the air as she manipulated a holographic model of the Zinthar's shifting geometric patterns. "Their biology is fascinating, Captain. These beings aren't just telepathic, they're living quantum computers. Each shift in their form corresponds to complex calculations and data processing." Lieutenant Jared Cooper chimed in, his cybernetic eye whirring as it zoomed in on a particular section of the alien schematics. "That explains the energy signatures I detected. They're not just using technology, they are the technology." Arya's mind raced with the implications. "So their dismissive attitude towards us might be more than simple arrogance," Elara finished. "They may literally be unable to comprehend intelligence that doesn't function like theirs." A new voice joined the conversation as the holographic avatar of AOIA, Artificial Reactive Intelligence Assistant, materialized in the center of the room. The A's form was a swirling mix of light and data, reminiscent of the Zinthar but with distinctly human features. "Captain, I've completed my analysis of the data we gathered," AOIA reported. "The Zinthar's quantum nature allows them to perceive multiple realities simultaneously. In their view, our linear thinking and singular physical forms may appear primitive." Arya's eyes narrowed. "But that's their weakness. They're so focused on quantum possibilities that they might underestimate good old-fashioned human ingenuity." Jared grinned, cracking his knuckles. "I like where this is going, Captain. What's the plan?" Before Arya could respond, the ship shuddered violently. Red alert klaxons blared as the lighting shifted to emergency mode. "Captain," Commander Okafor's voice came through the comm system. "We've got company. 3 Zinthar vessels just dropped out of, well, I'm not sure what to call it. Some kind of quantum slip space. They're hailing us." Arya's jaw tightened. "On screen, Commander. Let's see what our new friends want." The war room's largest display flickered to life, revealing the swirling, ever-shifting form of Axilvan. The alien's patterns seemed more agitated than before, pulsing with angry reds and sharp, jagged shapes. "Humans," Axilvan's voice reverberated through the room, carrying an edge of menace. "Your primitive scans have caused a cascading quantum disruption in our systems. Surrender your ship and submit to assimilation or face annihilation." Arya stepped forward, her posture defiant. "That's a pretty bold demand from someone who couldn't even prevent a primitive scan. We came in peace, Axilvan, but if it's a fight you want, you'll find humanity is full of surprises." Axilvan's form rippled with what might have been amusement. "Brave words from a species that has barely left its cradle. You have one of your Earth hours to comply, or we will be forced to take corrective action." As the transmission cut off, Arya turned to her team. "All right, people. We've got 1 hour to save humanity and show these quantum snobs what we're made of. Ideas?" Elara's eyes lit up with sudden inspiration. "Captain, what if we could use their quantum nature against them? If they perceive multiple realities, we could create a false reality they can't ignore," Jared finished, catching on quickly. Arya's avatar pulsed with excitement. "Theoretically possible. We could use the ship's holographic systems, modified with quantum entanglement principles, to project a false future timeline. Arya nodded, a plan forming in her mind. A future where humanity has mastered quantum technology, rendering their threat obsolete. But we'll need more than just fancy holograms. Jared, how's your acting? The lieutenant blinked in surprise. I was in a school play once. Why? A mischievous grin spread across Arya's face. Because we're about to put on the performance of our lives. AOEA, access the ship's replicators. We're going to need some very special props. As the team hurried to put their audacious plan into action, Arya couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. This was humanity at its best, creative, adaptable, and utterly unwilling to back down in the face of impossible odds. An hour later, as the Zinthar ships moved into attack formation, the horizon's exterior shimmered and changed. Where once there was a sleek but recognizably human vessel, now there floated what appeared to be a ship of impossible design, a craft that seemed to exist in multiple dimensions at once. Arya, now dressed in a uniform that sparkled with quantum energy, stood on a bridge that defied the laws of physics. Holographic crew members, indistinguishable from reality, manned stations that looked centuries beyond current human technology. "Hail the Zinthar," Arya commanded, fighting to keep a straight face. "Let's show them the future." As Sullivan's image appeared on screen, the alien's patterns froze in what could only be described as shock. What? What is this? How have you? Arya raised an eyebrow, channeling every ounce of confidence she possessed. Oh, this? Just a little upgrade we've been working on. You see, Sullivan, while you were busy threatening us, we decided to take a little trip through the quantum realm. Amazing what a few centuries of evolution can do, isn't it? She gestured casually, and a swirling vortex of energy appeared beside her. We've mastered quantum tunneling, time dilation, even created our own pocket dimensions. Your threats? They're adorably outdated. Sylvan's form pulsed with confusion and what might have been fear. This is impossible. You couldn't have. Impossible. Arya laughed, the sound echoing with an otherworldly resonance thanks to Arya's audio manipulations. I thought beings of your advanced nature would know better than to use that word. Now, shall we discuss a real cultural exchange, or do you need another demonstration of humanity's potential? For a long moment, silence reigned. Then slowly, Sylvan's patterns began to shift into softer, more harmonious forms. Perhaps we were hasty in our judgment, Captain Chen. It seems we have much to learn from each other after all. As negotiations began, this time on a much more equal footing, Arya allowed herself a small, hidden smile. The danger wasn't over, far from it. But humanity had proven, once again, that creativity, courage, and a healthy dose of audacity could overcome even the most advanced alien threats. The Horizon's crew had bought themselves time and earned the respect of a vastly superior alien race. Now, the real challenge began, forging a true understanding between two radically different forms of intelligence, with the fate of both species hanging in the balance. As Arya prepared for the most important diplomatic talks of her career, she knew one thing for certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. And humanity, with all its wonderful, chaotic, brilliant potential, was ready to take its place among the stars. Human ingenuity saves the day. The holographic facade of advanced quantum technology faded away, revealing the true interior of the UAS Horizon. Captain Arya Chen exhaled deeply, her heart still racing from their daring bluff. The Zinthar had retreated, but the danger was far from over. "Excellent work, everyone," Arya said, her voice filled with pride. "But we're not out of the quantum foam yet. We've bought ourselves time, but we need a real solution." Dr. Elara Voss approached, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "Captain, I think I might have something. It's risky, but if it works, it could change everything." Arya raised an eyebrow. "I'm all ears, Doctor. What's your idea?" Elara pulled up a holographic display showing a complex molecular structure. I call it Nexus 9. It's a synthetic neurotransmitter that could temporarily alter our brain chemistry, allowing us to perceive multiple quantum realities simultaneously, just like the Zinthar. Lieutenant Jared Cooper whistled low. You're talking about giving humans quantum consciousness. That's insane. Brilliant, but insane. Aria's avatar materialized, its expression concerned. Dr. Voss, my simulations indicate a 43% chance of severe neural damage from such an endeavor. The human brain isn't designed to process quantum information. Aria frowned, weighing the risks. What about a neural interface? Could we use our quantum computers to act as a buffer, processing the information and feeding it to our brains in a way we can handle? Jared's cybernetic eye whirred as he considered the possibility. It could work. We'd need to repurpose the ship's quantum core, create a neural network that connects the entire crew. We'd essentially become a human quantum computer. A human hive mind. Ilara breathed, her eyes wide with the implications. We could match the Zinthar's processing power and still retain our individual creativity and adaptability. Aria nodded, her decision made. Do it. We'll call it Project Nexus, but participation must be voluntary. I won't order anyone to take this risk. To her amazement, every crew member volunteered. The next 48 hours were a flurry of activity as the horizon was transformed. The quantum core was reconfigured, neural interfaces were installed, and Ilara's Nexus 9 compound was synthesized in large quantities. As the final preparations were made, Aria addressed her crew. What we're about to do has never been attempted. We're not just pushing the boundaries of human capability, we're redefining what it means to be human. Whatever happens, I'm proud to serve with each and every one of you. With a deep breath, Aria injected herself with Nexus 9 and activated her neural interface. The world around her exploded into infinite possibilities. She saw not just the horizon, but countless versions of it across multiple realities. She felt the thoughts and emotions of her crew, their consciousness merging with hers in a vast, interconnected web. Through the quantum hive mind, Aria reached out to the Zinthar. Her consciousness expanded across space and time, bridging the gap between their species in ways she never thought possible. Ex-Felovan, she called out, her voice resonating across quantum realities. We meet again, this time as equals. The Zinthar's surprise rippled through the quantum field. Impossible, Felovan's thoughts echoed. How have you achieved this? Aria's merged consciousness smiled. Human ingenuity, Ex-Felovan. We may not have evolved as you did, but we found our own path to quantum enlightenment. Now, shall we talk? Really talk, without deception or condescension. What followed was a conversation unlike any in human history. Ideas and emotions flowed freely between species, transcending language and physical form. The Horizon's crew, their minds linked but still distinctly individual, brought unique perspectives to the exchange. Ilara's scientific curiosity probed the mysteries of Zinthar biology. Jared's tactical mind explored the implications of quantum technology for space travel and defense. And through it all, Aria's leadership kept them focused on their ultimate goal, peace and mutual understanding. As the quantum dialogue progressed, a startling truth emerged. The Zinthar weren't hostile by nature, they were lonely. As the only quantum species they had ever encountered, they had grown isolated and paranoid. Humanity's achievement had opened the door to a connection they had long thought impossible. We may have misjudged you, humans, Felovan admitted, its thoughts tinged with regret and hope. Your adaptability, your drive to overcome limitations, these are qualities we had forgotten. Perhaps there is much we can learn from each other. Aria felt a surge of triumph and relief wash through the hive mind. That's all we ever wanted, Felovan. A chance to learn, to grow, to explore the universe together. As the effects of Nexus 9 began to fade, the neural network slowly disengaged. The crew of the Horizon found themselves back in their individual bodies, forever changed by the experience of quantum consciousness. Aria looked around at her crew, seeing them with new eyes. They had taken an impossible risk and emerged victorious, not through force, but through understanding and innovation. "Well done, everyone," she said, her voice thick with emotion. "We came seeking first contact, and we've achieved something far greater. We've opened a door to a new era of human evolution and interstellar cooperation." As the Horizon prepared to return to Earth, escorted by a Zinthar delegation, Aria knew that nothing would ever be the same. Humanity had proven itself on the galactic stage, not through military might or technological superiority, but through the uniquely human qualities of adaptability, creativity, and the unwavering desire to connect. The stars had once seemed cold and distant. Now they beckoned with the promise of new friendships, new discoveries, and challenges yet to come. And humanity, led by pioneers like the crew of the Horizon, was ready to answer that call. As they set course for home, Aria smiled. The greatest adventure in human history wasn't ending. It was just beginning. Interspecies alliance forged. The UES Horizon's return to Earth was nothing short of spectacular. As the ship descended through the atmosphere, escorted by shimmering Zinthar vessels, the world below erupted in a mix of awe and trepidation. News feeds across the globe lit up with sensational headlines. QUNTUM aliens make first contact. Humanity EVOEVs. The dawn of HOMOQUNTICUS. Captain LIOCHEN. Earth's FIRSTQUNTUN diplomat. As Aria stepped off the ship onto the grounds of the United Earth Government headquarters, she was hit by a wall of sound, cheering crowds, shouting reporters, and the distinct hum of Zinthar energy fields. The air crackled with excitement and possibility. President Zara Okello strode forward to greet them, her face a mask of diplomatic calm despite the historic nature of the moment. "Captain Chen, on behalf of humanity, welcome home. And to our Zinthar guests, welcome to Earth." Sylvan's form shimmered into existence beside Aria, its patterns swirling with curiosity and what she now recognized as nervousness. "We are honored to be here, President Okello. We come seeking friendship and a new beginning for both our species." As the formal greetings concluded, Aria found herself ushered into a secure briefing room along with her core team, the president and key members of Earth's scientific and military leadership. The atmosphere was tense, filled with unasked questions and barely concealed excitement. "All right, Captain," President Okello began, her voice steady but her eyes blazing with curiosity. "You've turned first contact into a quantum leap for humanity. Walk us through it." For the next several hours, Aria and her team detailed their encounters with the Zinthar, the development of Nexus 9, and the creation of the human quantum hive mind. As they spoke, holographic displays filled the room with images of their journey, from the initial hostilities to the mind-bending experience of quantum consciousness. Dr. Elara Voss took center stage as she explained the implications of Nexus 9. "This compound doesn't just allow us to perceive quantum realities," she said, her voice brimming with excitement. "It has the potential to revolutionize every field of human endeavor. Medicine, technology, space exploration, the applications are limitless." Lieutenant Jared Cooper chimed in, his cybernetic eye projecting tactical simulations. "And let's not forget the defensive implications. With quantum perception, we could detect threats across multiple realities, potentially averting conflicts before they even begin." The room erupted in a flurry of questions and exclamations. President Okello raised a hand, silencing the chaos. "This is indeed revolutionary," she said, her voice grave. "But it also presents unprecedented risks. Captain Chen, can we trust the Zinthar? And can we control this new power?" Aria stepped forward, her posture confident. "Madam President, distinguished colleagues, I understand your concerns. The Zinthar are as alien to us as we are to them. But through our quantum dialogue, we forged a connection deeper than traditional diplomacy could ever achieve." She gestured, and Aolia's avatar materialized, projecting a complex network of intertwining realities. Moreover, we've discovered that our universe is far more complex and interconnected than we ever imagined. The Zinthar aren't just potential allies, they're our quantum neighbors. Our fates are intertwined across realities. President Okello leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. "What exactly are you proposing, Captain?" Arya took a deep breath, knowing her next words would shape the future of humanity. "I propose the formation of the Quantum Concord, an interspecies alliance dedicated to exploration, mutual defense, and the responsible development of quantum technologies." The room erupted in a mix of excited murmurs and concerned objections. Arya pressed on, her voice rising above the din. "I know it sounds radical, but consider the alternative. We can't put the quantum cat back in the box. We either embrace this new reality and help shape it, or we risk being left behind as the universe evolves around us." As the debate raged on, a soft chime interrupted the proceedings. A holographic message appeared before the president. "Urgent. Multiple quantum anomalies detected in near-Earth space." The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Arya exchanged a glance with Exilvan, whose patterns had shifted to a tense configuration. "It seems," Exilvan said, its voice resonating with concern, "that our quantum dialogue has attracted attention from elsewhere. There are older, more powerful entities in the quantum realms, entities that may not look kindly upon our newfound alliance." President Okello's face hardened with resolve. "Captain Chen, it appears your quantum concord may be necessary sooner than we thought. You have my authorization to take whatever actions are necessary to protect Earth and our new allies." Arya nodded, a mix of determination and excitement coursing through her. She turned to her team, seeing the same readiness reflected in their eyes. "All right, people. Looks like our next adventure is starting sooner than expected. Let's show these quantum entities what happens when humanity and the Zinthar stand together." As they rushed to prepare for this new threat, Arya couldn't help but feel a thrill of anticipation. They had unlocked the secrets of quantum reality, forged an alliance across species, and now stood on the brink of a cosmic confrontation that would determine the fate of multiple realities. The cosmos had thrown down the gauntlet, and humanity, led by the intrepid crew of the Horizon and their Zinthar allies, was ready to answer the challenge. The Quantum Concord was about to face its first test, and the entire multiverse was watching. As the Horizon prepared for launch, its systems now integrated with Zinthar quantum technology, Arya took her place on the bridge. Earth hung behind them, beautiful and fragile, a reminder of what they were fighting to protect. "All systems ready, Captain," Jared reported, his fingers dancing over the quantum-enhanced controls. Arya nodded, her voice steady as she gave the command that would launch humanity into a new era of cosmic adventure. "Engage quantum drive. Let's show the multiverse what we're made of." The Horizon surged forward, reality itself seeming to bend around them as they plunged into the unknown, ready to face whatever challenges awaited in the vast, interconnected tapestry of quantum existence. Triumph against the galactic threat. The UES Horizon, now a gleaming fusion of human ingenuity and Zinthar quantum technology, surged through the fabric of reality. Captain Arya Chen stood at the helm, her mind linked to the ship's quantum core through an advanced neural interface. Around her, the bridge crew worked in perfect synchronization, their thoughts flowing seamlessly through the ship's systems. "Quantum anomaly dead ahead, Captain," Lieutenant Jared Cooper announced, his cybernetic eye whirring as it processed multidimensional data. "It's unlike anything we've ever encountered." The main view screen flickered to life, displaying a sight that defied conventional physics. A massive, swirling vortex of energy pulsed before them, its colors shifting through spectrums beyond human perception. Tendrils of pure quantum potential lashed out, tearing holes in the very fabric of spacetime. Dr. Ilara Voss gasped, her eyes wide with a mixture of fear and scientific fascination. It's beautiful and terrifying. Captain, I'm detecting traces of consciousness within the anomaly. Whatever this is, it's alive. Arya nodded grimly. Sullivan, any insights? The Zinthar representative's form shimmered anxiously. This entity is known to us only in legend. The Quantum Leviathan, a being of pure interdimensional energy. It feeds on realities, consuming entire universes to sustain its existence. As if responding to Sullivan's words, the Leviathan pulsed, sending out a wave of energy that rocked the horizon. Alarms blared as reality itself seemed to warp around them. Hull integrity at 87% and falling, Jared reported, his voice tense. Our quantum shields are barely holding. Arya's mind raced, processing information at superhuman speeds thanks to her neural link. We can't outrun it, and our weapons are useless against something that exists across multiple realities. We need a new approach. Suddenly, an idea sparked in the quantum hive mind, originating from the collective consciousness of the crew. Arya seized upon it, her eyes lighting up with determination. Ilara, remember how we tricked the Zinthar with our holographic quantum projection? What if we could do the same thing on a much larger scale? The xenobiologist caught on quickly, her fingers flying over her console. Create a false reality to confuse the Leviathan. It's possible, but we'd need an enormous amount of energy. And a way to project it across multiple dimensions, Jared added, already running calculations. Sullivan's patterns swirled with sudden understanding. We could use the Zinthar fleet as amplifiers, creating a network of quantum projectors. Arya nodded, a plan forming in her mind. IRIA, run the numbers. Can we create a convincing enough false reality to fool this thing? The A's avatar materialized, its expression contemplative. With the combined processing power of the Horizon, the Zinthar fleet, and the quantum hive mind, we have a 62% chance of success. However, projecting such a massive illusion will leave us vulnerable. If the Leviathan sees through our deception, then we're lunch, Jared finished grimly. Arya stood, her posture radiating confidence. It's a risk we have to take. For Earth, for the Zinthar, for every reality this thing threatens. Let's show this cosmic horror what happens when it messes with the quantum concord. As the crew sprang into action, Arya reached out through the quantum network, connecting with the captains of the Zinthar ships. In moments, the plan was relayed, refined, and put into motion. The Horizon's quantum core hummed with power, drawing energy from dimensions beyond human understanding. Around them, the Zinthar vessels moved into formation, their crystalline hulls resonating in harmony with the human ship. Projection ready, Captain, Ilara announced, her voice tight with concentration. On your mark. Arya took a deep breath, acutely aware that the fate of countless realities hung on this moment. Engage quantum projection, full power. The ship shuddered as wave after wave of quantum energy poured from its emitters, amplified and redirected by the Zinthar fleet. Before them, a new reality began to take shape, a massive, swirling nebula of unimaginable energy, far more tempting to the Leviathan than their small fleet. For a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, nothing happened. The Leviathan continued its inexorable approach, tendrils of void reaching out to consume them. Then slowly the cosmic horror began to turn. Its consciousness, vast and alien, focused on the illusory feast before it. With a silent roar that shook the quantum fabric of reality, the Leviathan surged towards the false nebula. It's working, Jared exclaimed, his human eye wide with disbelief, while his cybernetic one tracked the entity's movements. The Leviathan is taking the bait. Arya allowed herself a small smile of triumph, but she knew they weren't out of danger yet. Hold the projection steady. We need to guide it far enough away that it can't double back. Minutes ticked by, feeling like hours as the crew strained to maintain the massive illusion. Sweat beaded on Aria's brow as she directed the quantum energies, her mind stretched to its limits. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, the Leviathan vanished into the false nebula, slipping between the cracks of reality in pursuit of its illusory meal. A cheer went up from the crew as the projection dissolved, leaving them alone in the now quiet expanse of space. Aria sagged in her chair, exhausted but exhilarated. "We did it," she breathed, looking around at her team with pride. "We faced a threat to all of reality and we won." Sylvan's form pulsed with what Aria now recognized as joy. "This is unprecedented, Captain Chen. Never before has such cooperation between species achieved so much." As the adrenaline of the moment faded, Aria realized the true significance of what they had accomplished. Humans and Zinthar, working in perfect harmony, had saved not just their own realities but countless others. They had proven that the Quantum Concord was more than just a political alliance. It was a force capable of shaping the very fabric of the multiverse. "Take us home, Jared," Aria commanded, a smile playing on her lips. "We've got a lot to report, and I have a feeling our adventures are just beginning." As the Horizon and its Zinthar escorts set a course back to Earth, Aria looked out at the star-studded expanse before them. The universe had always seemed vast and full of wonders, but now she understood just how limitless the possibilities truly were. With the power of quantum technology and the strength of interspecies cooperation, there was no challenge they couldn't face, no mystery they couldn't unravel. The Quantum Concord had taken its first steps into a larger reality, and Aria Chen and her crew were leading the way. As they walked back towards Earth, Aria couldn't help but wonder what incredible adventures awaited them in the infinite quantum realms. Whatever came next, she knew that humanity, standing shoulder to shoulder with their new allies, was ready to face it head-on. The cosmic saga of the Quantum Concord had only just begun, and the entire multiverse was waiting to be explored.